Hey, I'm Robert Monroe from Monroe Magic, and we're going to discuss singles today. I want to talk about my best predictions as to where I think certain singles are going to end up and give you kind of a rubric, a way of determining whether you think something's going to do well or not. These are just the random ideas that were coming into my head. I'm kind of new to this, but I think you might learn something. Let's just get into it. The first card I want to talk about is a promo card, and that is Supreme Verdict Borderless. By the way, these are all Turtles cards. This is a 4 mana, 2 white, 1 blue. This spell cannot be countered, destroy all creatures. So it's board removal. And it's good board removal. And it's a pretty famous card. It's been printed before, of course, but this is a new printing. Now, this card is like at around, $8, I believe, right now. It's gone up and down. It started at 13 and then dipped down. Now it's on its way back up. And I wanted to point out something. This one is already above the price of the earlier printing of it. And I want you to be honest. Do you think people like this art? I, as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, am not a huge fan of this art. I don't really want to look at it. I'd rather look at the original Supreme Verdict, which makes me think that this is the likely type of card to bump up and then start going down. I don't think scarcity is going to be a big deal for this card. I don't think that so many things that may push the price up. I think you have to think about the art. I think you have to think about what card it is, how likely it is to be reprinted, and what price it's already sitting at, things like it, right? So for Supreme Verdict, I would say I'm more on the side of selling this faster than trying to hold on for some long-term play. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I have it on TCG Player to go. That brings me to my second card, kind of the opposite scenario, which is Undercity Sewers. Look at that beauty. This is a island swamp land. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, surveil 1. This is around $10 right now. I think I may have misspoken. I think the Supreme Verdict's more like $5 right now. But this one's around $10 right now, and the price is still falling. Do you know why? Because you can actually open a good bit of these in the current Turtles packs. So as the supply increases, then the price is going to go down. Here's the thing though. If you look at Surveil lands, this is cheap for a Surveil land. Like most Surveil lands are around 20 bucks. Also, this art is source art and is awesome. For those two reasons, I don't think that we've seen the ceiling of this card by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, the price has been going down. Yes, maybe if you were trying to get more liquid, you might want to get out. Maybe you're trying to save up for Strixhaven and you're like, let me get out of here. I think you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. I think these Undercity Sewers, island swamps are going to rise in value long term. And so therefore, I actually unlisted all of mine and I'm keeping them. Now, I want to get to the hardest type of card to predict, but this is the one that I think you really have to pay attention to because this is the most likely one to get wrong. And that is a card like Michelangelo Weirdness to 11. When Michelangelo enters, create a mutagen token, which is a new mechanic, by the way. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1 counters are put on it instead. So this card is extremely powerful. People like it already. They love playing with it. It's 2 mana. It's a low-cost creature. It's a rare. So are people going to open up a lot of these? The answer is yes. But is demand going to increase over the course of this card's life? I think the answer also is yes. Is the art cool? Not as cool as Undercity Sewers, but it's pretty good. And people who like Michelangelo, people who want to play Michelangelo as a commander, they're going to like this art. It's a really nice hero shot of Michelangelo. Especially if you have foil of that, I think that's a definite hold on to. It is currently at around $6 and has been climbing, and it would not surprise me if it keeps climbing. So let me summarize what I'm trying to say. If you see that a card like just literally the text on the card, the way it plays, is historically undervalued. And the art itself is not compelling. I would say if the price is above where the earlier printing is, you may want to just try to sell. Because my guess is this will end up right around the same price as traditional Supreme Verdicts do after the sheen wears off. I know it's a promo, but that's still what's going to happen. I actually already did that with the Dark Ritual. I really do not like the Dark Ritual art on the pizza ones. I like the Turtles stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not against the Turtles art in general, but those two cards, man. Honestly, I say all of the Pizza Bundle promo art, very cool cards, very cool product. I actually enjoy the Pizza Lands. The actual art in the promos, I am not a fan of. And so this will have been the 4th promo that I've sold from the pizza boxes. Undercity Sewers though, very cool art. So that's a plus. I think people will want this particular Swamp Island Surveil Land over others. On top of that, I think people will want this because it's a Surveil Land. I think it is currently undervalued. And then finally, a unique card that has never existed before and is currently around $5 or $6. Now, I could be wrong. Supply could be much higher than I think. And this could end up just staying at $5 or $6 or maybe even dropping down to $1 or $2. But I think maybe you have to wait a couple years. Maybe it won't be a few months. But I think that this card will probably increase. And then you've got 2 exit windows, right? The first is going to be when you're getting near the peak of its popularity in Standard and any of the formats where it would be getting phased out of. So that's in the couple year time horizon. And then I think the next one would be long term when Turtles goes out of print and people just want their sweet Michelangelo to play as their commander or part of their 99. Anyway, I'm Robert Monroe. What do you think? Do you think that all of this matters, or do you think it just goes off of vibes or scarcity or cool art? What's your premise as to why some cards go up in value and others go down? Until next time, this has been Monroe Magic, and you have a great day.